What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Clout Cast after a long hiatus. I don't know. It's been about a month since we've recorded an episode. Things have been super busy for all of us. We're all scholars. We're all in school, so we've been busy with that, and we've also started a Minecraft survival multiplayer world, which has taken up a ton of time as well. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's what we've been doing. Yeah. Really excited to be back. And sorry if you missed us. I don't know if anyone did, because I don't know if anyone watches. But yeah, we're back. I think our first thing we want to talk about was No Nut November. I'll let Ben kick it off because I know he loves No Nut November.
Oh yeah. What? Why me? I don't want to talk about it. Finn, why don't you? You seem to be the scholar.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had a family member come in, so yeah, No Nut November is revered holiday tradition of men in this country, or this world rather. Don't want to be Americentrist. I don't think that's a word.
I know what you I think it's Americentrist or something.
Yeah, something like that. So I'm sorry if that offended anyone. To our one listener in fucking Tajikistan. Yeah. So, how are people doing on November?
It's a struggle.
Yeah.
Well, I made it farther than I did last year, so that's good enough for me.
Dude, let's go.
Wait, it's literally November 2nd.
I'm
everyone knows.
I'm like 7 hours deeper than I was last year, so.
Hey, man.
Well, it will take you what? Is that 90 years until you get to the end if you keep adding 7 hours? So
I'll make
if you live live a couple almost 120.
I don't think he'll physically be able to beat his feet at that age.
It's okay, I'm built different.
New technology and such.
He do be built different though.
I will not reveal my personal tribulations, but April is not the cruelest month, as T.S. Eliot once said. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I obviously in 2018 is when I started doing my logs. And Griffin joined me for a day, and in his first day of November he had the fucking craziest day.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, and then he fucking it didn't last much longer, but
it was I got contacted by somebody from Uganda, and I met a monk, a real monk. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
That monk that I met, I still have one of his books. It's called The Art of Self-Enlightenment or something like that. Self-Enlightenment. Yeah. He was a pretty cool guy.
That is cool.
That's sick.
Yeah, he was cool.
Huh.
Yeah. I know that a lot of people do the No Nut November thing, but yeah. It's difficult, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because you are being forced to quit what for most people is an addiction,
Yeah, that's true.
Because just drugs, it's a dopamine rush, So,
for sure.
I mean, it's obviously much different because you're not shooting up
Yeah.
heroin, but
It just becomes a habit. You don't even notice you're doing it. Okay,
Yeah.
you do, but you're not conscious of how often you're doing it.
Guys.
He's just
I could have worded that a little bit better.
just fucking transfixed to the screen No, but I totally get that, and there's times where there's obviously times where I feel shit, I gotta do it now, and there's times where I'm bored, time to crank one
Oh
out.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting event. Obviously I'm pretty into it. 2018 I went 15 days. 2019 I went 10.
Man, that's insane.
Yeah. No, I'm surprised myself. I think it's just because usually in November I'm doing theater stuff, so I'm really busy.
Yeah.
But this year I'm I'm not gonna be too busy, so we're gonna see how that goes.
The only way is up, my brother.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, but it's fun and it's kind of cool. I feel like, you know, us as well. It's actually not even a male specific thing. In terms of your sex, I think people with different parts in the nether regions still participate in No Nut November. So it's
Yeah.
a global thing, and I think it's kind of it's fun, even though it's difficult. I think if people say they made it, there's a very large chance they're lying.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
because it's kind of if you do it once, like I cannot imagine you just being able to stop for a month. So we'll see what happens. I think it's really fun. Yeah. Does anyone have any like funny stories from when they've participated?
I don't think anyone can top Griffins.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No way. But...
honestly, yeah, I just don't participate in this month personally. It's very difficult.
Uh-huh. Do you like? Is it just like difficult for you? Do you like not like the idea? Because I know there's a lot of people who think it's dumb.
No, I just don't really like the idea, honestly. Like I don't know if like maybe I could see how it'd be a good idea. Like maybe it could improve your mental fortitude or something. But I just feel like if I completely stopped nutting and then like after the 30 days were over, I just just started right back again. It just wouldn't really fix anything. So maybe for me, I'd just maybe like take a week off and then like I don't know, honestly, to tell you the
Uh-huh.
truth. But
Yeah, I definitely feel that.
I feel like
Yeah.
it wouldn't really solve my or in most men's issue of addiction. But I think that it's a challenge that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It at the end of the day, like even if you pass, it's not gonna.
Yeah,
You're just gonna do it again, and it's totally valid.
yeah, yeah. But it's something to be proud of, I guess.
Yeah. And I mean, it doesn't really hurt other people, so.
Yeah. No, definitely not.
I think.
What were you saying?
No, I was just. I remember a while ago. This was a year or two ago. I remember I watched this video about this guy who just decided to not, nut for a month. It didn't have to do with November. It was just like a experiment he tried, and he said it made him feel like a lot better about himself. And
Yeah, I've heard that before.
yeah,
Actually.
which I think is interesting. I think that's definitely person specific because
Yeah.
I don't, I don't know. I don't
There are
know.
a lot of variables that can go into it.
Right.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it, I think.
I think the motivation behind the nut, as Socrates once said, obviously, is what determines the outcome of the no
Of the
fat.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No.
Yeah, as Socrates once said,
Yep.
the reason behind the nut is the reason behind man.
It would be
Yeah.
funny. You know how they have all those like quote websites where they have it's like famous quotes and
Yeah.
stuff. What if you? Because do they like actually verify those quotes? Can you even verify them?
I have no idea, honestly.
Yeah. So like, what if you like submitted something like that and then a bunch of people started liking it? And then some fucking like graduate student is like, philosophy graduate student sees this quote and he's like, that's completely fascinating. And he writes his fucking dissertation on the nut. The motivation behind the nut is the man.
Yeah, I wrote my master's thesis on this.
But yeah. Did you guys want to keep talking about No Nut November, or do you want to do your history days?
I feel like we've
Yeah.
we've amply covered. I don't know.
Good, excellent. No, I think it's funny, honestly.
Yeah. I also I've before we transition, I saw this one fucking comment that thought was the funniest shit ever was this guy was talking about how he was doing like No Nut 2019, and he's like,
Oh my god.
my testicles are the size of tennis balls, and he says that like. He says that like when he nuts on January 1st, it's gonna be like a volcanic eruption. Yeah. I love how creative the internet can be sometimes. I hate the internet, but I also love it sometimes. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, like, memes aside and whatever, like, I think it's dumb, but it's kind of on my bucket list at this point, so I just want to get it out of the way.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, Irvin just posted a meme. Yeah. Okay, we can
LMAO.
what?
I said LMAO.
Yeah. We can go into our Ben can start with our national days today. This is the 2nd of November. And
Yeah, sure. So yeah, since it's 2nd of November that we're filming this, or recording, I guess. The first national day is National Deviled Egg Day. So,
Disgusting.
I hate deviled eggs, like real talk. I don't like eggs in general.
Dude, I'm right fucking there with you. I think they're disgusting.
Yeah, like and the shitty thing is they're really good for you. Like
Yeah, they're also like omnipresent, so
yeah.
you know, it's not very uncommon to find eggs in different dishes and shit. I
Yeah.
just think they're nasty, bro. Like, why are they that color? Why do they look like that? Why are they that texture?
Yeah, they're
Why
really
would-
bright yellow.
Who decided to eat that shit, man?
For real.
Like, meat is fucking whatever. That's like pretty natural, right? Like eating animals and shit. But like that shit came out of a fucking chicken's like ass. No, not really. But you know what I mean. Like, I
The
don't know. It's
craziest,
just nasty to me.
yeah.
Honestly.
I think the craziest part about that theory of like who decided to like try it first is like there's so many different types of eggs. Like I used to hate eggs, and I mean now the only type of eggs I'll eat is scrambled. So it's like all the other methods of making them like who thought of all of that? Why is this one
Yeah.
product able to be manipulated in so many different ways? And why is it such kind of like I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
something else I always think. Oh, sorry, Ben. What were you saying?
I was just gonna say I like scrambled eggs, but I'm not a fan of like eating hard boiled or anything like that. Like I'll eat them, but they're just kind of weird. And,
I can't
mean,
even tolerate them.
they talk about deviled eggs. I don't even know if I've ever had one. Like I probably have because my family makes them every Thanksgiving actually, because like my family's obsessed with deviled eggs. But I know my mom really likes them. My brother really likes them. But I'm not like a mustard fan either. Like I don't like mustard. I think they mix mayonnaise in there too with deviled eggs, which I do like mayonnaise. But so I'm really not sure if I would like them or not. I guess.
Yeah, they're gross. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I agree. I also
You
think,
guys, what'd you say?
I just want to bring this up because Levi was kind of mentioning like how like they can be prepared in so many different ways, and like I always wonder like have we reached like have we found all the ways we can like prepare an egg? Like are
Yeah,
we?
definitely.
Surely not.
Definitely not, right?
Yeah.
There have to be infinite ways to prepare things.
Yeah.
Just gotta wait for the next DLC to drop.
Yeah. Earth
Like-
DLC, bro.
Think about if we could, like, send an egg into space on a rocket ship and bring it back down. Like, would it cook it? Is that a dumb question?
That's
No.
very valid.
Yeah.
Has
Or,
anybody
like-
ever
like-
tried it? If not, Or,
I mean,
or think about if we got an egg. Like, okay, there exists a place in space where an egg would be perfectly cooked by the sun. You could bring it. This is kind of stupid, but you know what I mean.
Or like what if exposing an egg to like gamma rays like makes it makes it cooked in like a certain way, dude.
Yeah, it could be good.
Did you guys? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I
That's all
just
you.
think it could be good.
Okay. Did you guys know that you can technically cook eggs with alcohol?
Really?
Yeah. Some people will put alcohol, not put alcohol. They'll put eggs in like alcoholic drinks.
That
I'm
is
not lying when I
disgusting.
say that. Yeah, and the alcohol can like defuse into the egg whites, and it doesn't like necessarily cook it. It like I think people say like it quote unquote cooks it, but you know it makes it like safe to eat because the alcohol will kill any bacteria and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But apparently, you know, it like makes it it keeps like the texture, but it's still safe to eat because like I said, it's an alcohol, so it's really odd. But yeah, you can technically cook eggs with alcohol.
It's like you're going to a fucking party and like and you're getting like ID'd, or like you're going to like a club, like sir, like are you bringing any alcohol? No, I'm just bringing eggs. Totally inconspicuously.
Yeah, people will actually put like eggs in like wine and beer. So like even
Nasty.
today, yeah.
Disgusting.
I mean, who fucking I want like did that shit happen on purpose or did someone accidentally like drop an egg in? How does that happen? How do you drop an egg in your?
I think
Yeah.
it was definitely on purpose.
Yeah.
Apparently, it happened during the 17th century in England. They would add them to beer and wine, and apparently it was prescribed sometimes with beer mixed with raw egg, honey, and some herbs.
Oh,
Apparently,
That's
eggs have
disgusting.
the effect of filtering beer or wine. They can filter it. So I
We
don't
are a
really know
failed
what that entails,
species.
but yeah,
Okay.
I probably should move on to the other ones because there's a couple more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
yeah, for
Um,
free.
it is National Color of the World Orange Day. So
I mess with orange.
yeah, my brother's favorite
Wait.
color is orange, so he probably would like that.
Why is that so damn specific? Like, I mean, I know I say this every single time we have a national, like, we announce the national days, but like, what do you do in color? Like, do I take like a Sharpie and start like fucking,
Color in the
you know,
world.
go out into the road, or like take an orange bucket of paint, go out into the road and just dump it?
Yeah.
Please come up to me like, wait, what are you doing here? Hey, it's National Paint the Orange World Day. Oh, my bad. Like, have a nice day.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
It's National Job Action Day. And it is also National Traffic Directors Day, which is kind of outdated because you know traffic directors don't really exist anymore unless you're in North Korea. So, oh, and then it is also National Ohio Day. So, if you're from Ohio, you know, happy day for your state. Make sure you vote tomorrow. Well, I guess by the time you see this, you should have already voted.
Yeah.
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 That fucking meme where like has the fox like dragging someone. It's like POV or being dragged to Ohio. That's just funny. I might be
Yeah.
going to school in Ohio, which is really weird.
Huh.
Um,
That would be crazy, dude.
yeah, I would be much closer to you all.
You'd be in the
kinda-
best time zone.
I
Oh,
would be
yeah.
EST actually.
Dude,
I'm
that'd be
glad you
awesome.
admitted it.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. I mean,
Hmm.
I don't know. College is big, scary.
Yeah, dude. Oh my goodness.
I guess go ahead with the history then.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few. I think one that stuck out to me was the first resident crew arrived on the International Space Station today, a
Oh.
year ago.
That's
Um,
cool.
Yeah, I mean, like that's huge because having like a station, like a livable station up in space is so darn cool. It's so fucking cool, actually. I'm a man. I can swear. I can say the F word.
Wait,
Yeah.
so that was like the official, like first, like official trip to the space station?
I am not sure. I assume it's like maybe when they like finished. Maybe it's like when they finished building it,
I don't know.
and let's see.
I feel like 50 years ago, this would be like we would know this for sure. Like this is like what we'd be learning in school.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and I think it's super cool when I see stuff like that because a lot of times it feels like with like our technology, just because new stuff is new, it seems like we kind of like are like at the peak of like technology. At least I think so sometimes. I'm like, how could you possibly like do anything more with like a, I don't know, fucking
Like top it. I know what you mean. How
yeah,
could you
like
top
with
this?
like a fucking water bottle, right? Like like how what would you do to you know the idea of a water bottle that would make it like technologically advanced? Like obviously you can think of ideas, but like, it just seems like why would you need to change like a plastic water bottle? It's cheap to make, it stores a bunch of water, you can carry it around, you know. So I
Right.
think it's cool to see stuff like that because truly in the last like 20 years our advances have been unparalleled. So yeah, that's today in history. Let's see. In 1983, Ronald Reagan signs a bill establishing Martin Luther King Jr. Day. That
Oh,
is not the president I thought would sign that bill.
That's very
Personally.
ironic.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good thing.
yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's that. Um, cool national days and days in history for you all. Um, you guys have anything you want to talk about today?
We just hit a fucking wall. This is like the longest like awkward moment of like awkward stretch we've had probably the whole series.
I
Yeah.
think it's because I never stop talking usually, and I'm pretty fucking tired. Like I like right when we started the podcast, I had just woken up from a nap, so
Uh-huh.
yeah. But I was gonna ask, there's something that I've been thinking about lately, and it was that I wanted to ask you guys if like when you were a kid, did you sleep with your door open or closed?
I oh go ahead.
No, you go. I'll think about it.
I've just always been forced to keep mine open. Like even right now, my door is like half closed, and
Jeez.
even then, I'm probably gonna be interrupted soon.
Well, would you prefer it to be closed or no?
Uh, yeah, probably.
Okay.
Especially like during sleeping. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you guys?
As a kid, I always wanted my door to be like just cracked like a little bit. Um, I need like a pitch black room to sleep personally.
Me too.
So I didn't want it to be open because usually like a nightlight or some shit would make things a little bit too bright. But I definitely like as a kid I was pretty scared as a kid, so I always kind of wanted the assurance of my door being like a little bit open. But now I keep it closed and I like it to be closed all the time. So
Yeah. What about you, Ben?
I kept mine wide open up until like a couple years ago.
Me
I
too.
don't really know why.
Yeah.
Because when I think about it, if I feel like it would make more sense to want it, like if you're scared of like people or anything like that coming in, I feel like it would make more sense for you to want to have it closed because,
Yeah.
then you probably hear them come in. Whereas if your
Yeah.
door is open, they could just walk in.
Yeah.
It would be a lot easier. But I had it closed, or I would have it open. Eventually, I think it was last summer actually, summer 2019. I put an air conditioning unit in my window, so I wanted to keep it closed because of that, so that it could cool down. And I just like kept it closed, and now I keep it closed when I sleep. So
I think. 1 second. Yeah, sorry. I think I was afraid of like fire when I was a kid for some reason, so that's why I kept it open so that like if a fire started in my room, it would be easier to get out or something like that. I don't know. Now I just keep it closed. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. But when I was a kid, I just always kept it open, like wide open.
yeah.
Another question, now that we've talked about that I had was, have you guys been playing any video games lately besides Minecraft?
Yeah. I've been addicted to Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've been a huge Legend of Zelda fan for a long time. Did my Discord Nitro just fucking expire?
Like just now.
No, my Discord's just broken. Okay, now it's working. Sorry, that was completely off topic. Yeah, I've been addicted to Breath of the Wild. I know it came out like 3 fucking years ago, but I got it recently. And I already have like 150 hours in it. I'm trying to 100% it, and it's a very, very, very good game. And it's very different from any game I've really played, and I think that's where it really excels. I think just like the shit that Nintendo puts out, it's not all amazing, but just consistently every year they put out something that's just terrific. It's remarkable because having that consistency is not easy. But yeah, I've been playing Breath of the Wild. That's been what I've been doing. It's a stellar game.
I think you can make the case that Breath of the Wild is the greatest game of all time. Like, I'm not even trying to be like, exaggeratory, if that's a word. I'm not trying to exaggerate or anything. Like, I think objectively, like, of all, like, out of everything that I can think of,
Well,
honestly.
Minecraft.
Well, yeah, but like, well, yeah, Minecraft is probably up there too, honestly. But like, I don't know. There's just something about Breath of the Wild that really, like, they just brought everything together for me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
Minecraft just has that creative aspect to it. But like, yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on really what kind of video game you like, but
yeah, and obviously it's so we've talked about this a million times, but nostalgia drives so much of our
yeah.
opinion on stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why I'm saying
Yeah.
objectively, because I mean, like, if I think that like some SNES game is the greatest game ever invented, like, it's just not.
yeah,
That's not objective,
no way. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I think one thing that Minecraft and Breath of the Wild have in common is that you make your story, which I think is
Yeah.
super powerful in games. And I think that's what really makes a great game is when you feel personally invested in what's going on,
Yeah.
Mhm.
And there's different ways to do that. I think both Minecraft and Breath of the Wild do that by, not telling you what to do. Well, obviously with
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild, there's like some direction, but you can do, the different dungeons in an order. You can prepare for, Ganon in any way you want. Like, I did all of the shrines, all 120 of them before fighting Ganon. It's a personalized experience, and that's really powerful. And it's really hard to do that while also making the game feel like there's a reason to play. Yeah, no, I definitely think Breath of the Wild is fucking fantastic. But
Yeah.
what games have you guys been playing lately?
Real quick, I just wanted to add on to Breath of the Wild.
Oh, you're good.
Like, I know Griffin was mentioning what he just said the other day, and it's like it's not the first time I've heard anybody say that. And I haven't even played the game as much as I want to, and I could definitely get behind that argument.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
go
or
ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead first.
In terms of other video games I've been playing, my interest in Pokemon has skyrocketed again, thanks to us kind of doing our little like ranking the Pokemon, every single Pokemon series.
Yeah.
So I've been investing a lot of time into Sword and Shield, and it sucks because there's like so many games I want to play right now, like especially Genshin, and it's just hard for me because I like to focus on one at a time. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm at.
I feel that.
What about you, Griffin?
Just I finished the original Dark Souls again recently. And then after that I just all just been only playing Genshin Impact. Like, it's really good. I mean, there are like a lot of things that are objectively bad about it, but I definitely like recommend. I know, and I've recommended it several times to you guys. Like, I mean, it's really fun. It's just there are things that are really really not fun about it. I'm not gonna lie. Like they have just like in mobile games, they have like the whole like. If you guys ever played like those like those games that we would play in middle school, and you would have to like you'd have like 30 out of 30 energy, right? And then like you could play a level on the mobile game, it would cost 3 energy, and then
Yep.
after that, yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha games.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yeah, but like yeah, I mean it really is just a gacha game. Like, even though it's like it has this huge expansive world that is really impressive. Like the graphics are really cool. The combat is really, really good. Like really, really good. But it doesn't. It just is missing a lot of things that I would want in it. Like it has that energy system. It has like obviously the gacha like rates where you have like a 0.6% chance to like, pull a 5-star character or whatever. And you don't always get like you get like 6 characters or 7 characters guaranteed or something, but like if you really want every character, you just have to pay. So I don't know, like it's a good game. Obviously, it takes a lot of inspiration from Breath of the Wild, but I've had fun playing it. It's just I've read a lot like when you get to the late game, there's just nothing you can do because you can log in for 3 minutes, use your energy, and then you just have to log out.
Uh-huh.
Like overall, like it's fun. I just think that you'd get more out of your time from like playing Breath of the Wild, even though Genshin is free. I guess that's. I mean, the Genshin is pay to win though, so just take that as you will. You spend $60 on Breath of the Wild to experience, but it's not the exact same thing or anything. Like there are definite differences. It's just like I think that Breath of the Wild is like obviously the better game, but like I said, they can and can't be compared. But yeah, I've just been playing that a lot, honestly. Played
Yeah.
League of Legends. I've played League of Legends a lot, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's just what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to get into something now that you mentioned Genshin in a second, but I haven't played Genshin, so I don't have room to be a little bitch about how it copied Breath of the Wild, but
Yeah, but it kind of did. I'm not gonna lie.
it did, and the thing is, you can't get mad at games for copying other games because that's how the industry works.
Yeah.
And it Breath of the Wild was such a good game. How could you expect no one to be like, I'm gonna do that? That's gonna make me money.
Yeah.
And it has made them a bunch of money, I'm sure.
Oh, it's made them a ton of money, man.
Yeah. And
So
yeah, it seems like a cool game. It's just so similar to Breath of the Wild. I just think Breath of the Wild's a better game. I can't say that. I can't say that. I'll stop talking.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
and then
I think
there's what were you gonna say?
I think with Genshin specifically, it's like, well, of course, it's like the only like game like Breath of the Wild that's actually kind of gained as much notoriety as it has, and I mean with the game specifically, like it's like a game where they wear their inspiration on their sleeve,
They do,
like
yeah.
clearly. But I mean, like, what am I trying to say? God, this happens at least once every time. Basically, like I know that they, like the developers, like loved Breath of the Wild, so that was their inspiration behind it. So
Yeah.
I think it's all out of a place of respect.
Yeah, I think it is too.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I don't know why I don't know. I'm just a bitch about it. But
It's completely
Yeah, I get
understandable.
yeah.
You hold. I was just gonna say Finn holds his Nintendo games like very close to him, so feel like you just defend them, like, or you're on the defensive for them. You know?
Yeah, I'm gonna end up playing Genshin.
Yeah.
I think maybe when I finish Breath of the Wild, because obviously I'm trying to 100% that, and I will 100% it, and I will want something to play. So chances are I'll try it.
Yeah.
I'll probably come in next episode or 2 episodes in. I'll be like, I fucking love Genshin Impact. I'm so fucking sorry. Like, please sponsor us.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah.
And what I was going to say is you can't act like it's the only game that's copying Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, that's also true.
For example, I think it's Ubisoft. Yeah, Ubisoft is making a game called Immortals: Phoenix Rising, and it is literally the exact same thing. Well, not literally, but you know what I mean. It's on the same level as Genshin Impact for copying Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Nintendo, it's going to be on Switch. So,
Yeah.
Ubisoft is also one of the biggest gaming companies.
Yeah.
So, you can't act like it's just like these small indie developers copying a very famous game, when in reality it's just a ton of people. And, all these games are going to start coming out around now because Breath of the Wild came out 3 years ago, and on average it takes around that amount of time to, make a game. So,
Mm-hmm.
obviously it's not like Nintendo created the open world idea.
Yeah.
There's tons of
They
other
kind of
open world
like
games.
they kind of set the modern standard for games like
Yeah.
Breath of the
Yes.
Wild
Yeah.
I think you
in
corrected
that style.
Yeah.
They did it first. They did it
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
This is
Sure.
a small nitpick, but I just don't like the voice acting in the game. I don't know if that's yeah. I don't know if that's like too nitpicky, but geez, it's I mean, at least the English voice acting, it's just not like appealing at all.
Yeah, I don't. There's just I sent Levi this hilarious fucking video to like just an hour ago,
Yeah.
of this voice actor for an NBA game, and
Yeah.
they got the actual player to voice the character in the game, and he sounds so horrible. He's kind of like the other characters, like talking like a real person. He's kind of like, well, if I don't know, like I can't
Yeah.
voice it, but God, like,
That's funny, dude.
yeah, I just like I've been doing theater for many years, and so many of these games I play, anime I watch, I just want to email them and be like, if you need a voice actor for the next season, like
Yeah.
I will do it for free just to see,
Yeah.
just so I don't have to listen to bad voice acting.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know why, like where they got these voice actors. Like that's like this is true for like anime games in particular. Like oftentimes they just have shitty voice actors. Like
Yeah.
okay, the only one that I can like Persona 5 has really good voice acting, but they hired like 5 fucking star voice actors for it,
Mhm.
But like other than that, I really can't think of any like anime inspired games that ever had good voice acting in it that I actually enjoyed. So usually I'll just turn on like the Japanese voice actors, but obviously this game is Chinese though, so I don't know if it would be best to like appreciate it or listen to like with the Chinese voice acting, but I don't know.
Yeah, Ben loves voice
But yeah.
actors.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, yeah, like Griffin said, Persona 5 has like some of the top voice actors
Yeah.
ever,
like,
of
ever.
English voice actors. In general,
Yeah.
the Persona series has gotten like most of the biggest English
Yeah.
voice actors. Like all my favorite voice actors have done in Persona 4 or Persona 5.
Yeah.
It's crazy for sure. I mean, there are like I'm probably like one of the least picky people when it comes to voice acting in anime and in video games.
Yeah.
There's only one. Like I've never like cared for it. I've never gotten bad like vibes from any anime, honestly. Like I've never been like, wow, this is so shitty. I need to watch Japanese with subtitles for an anime. I have done that for a video game because it was like the most miserable voice acting you've ever heard.
Oh, you told me about that.
Yeah, despite being from one of the biggest one of the biggest companies, gaming companies.
Was it
But
Kingdom Hearts game?
no, it was another game done by Square Enix though.
Oh,
It's called Trials of Mana.
gotcha.
And it was just miserable. I even did the Japanese, but like I just didn't care to at that point. And I just stopped playing it because it was so bad. But yeah, no, it's voice acting is a crucial part to games that have voice acting for sure.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
One of my favorite voice acting things. I don't know if you guys have ever watched compilations of the anime called Ghost Stories. Is that what it's called, Ben?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I actually have watched Ghost Stories.
Like, did you watch the
it's
sub
great.
version or the dubbed one?
No, the dubbed one. Yeah. No, like it's really funny.
Yeah.
Like apparently like when my girlfriend's cousin was still living in Korea, like she watched it like but obviously like with the Korean dub, and she said it was like normal. And then she got here and then she started seeing memes about it. She's like, "Holy shit, like I completely forgot about this." And so like a bunch of us watched it together and it was just so fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Like,
Yeah.
Ben, didn't you know like what happened with that?
Yeah, so the Japanese, I guess it was the Japanese version. It didn't really do well in terms of like how many people watched it. It didn't make even like it didn't even break even.
Yeah.
So they're like, you know what, fuck it, and they essentially just gave it to an English production studio and said, just make us break even on this. And so they gave him free reign, and the English studio, whoever it was, were like, oh, this is gonna be great. And they essentially just told all the voice actors, say whatever the fuck you want as long as it is comprehensible and follows at least a basic narrative. Do whatever the hell you want. And the voice actors loved that, apparently. You know, like I watched an interview. One of them was saying like, whoever was first on scene, like for the scene, really made the entire thing. So you wanted to be first on scene so that you could make something really stupid. And it is like one of the funniest things I've ever listened to.
Yeah,
Honestly,
it's really, really funny.
They even got big voice actors for that. I don't know if I told you guys, but Esdeath's English voice actress is in that.
Huh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's a very funny show.
Yeah.
it's
Kind
really
of inappropriate, but very funny nonetheless.
Yeah. See, that's what I was saying about Ben. Like, an English voice actor could say one syllable, and Ben would be like, "Oh, they starred in fucking
yeah.
Sharknado 4," like.
Oh dear.
Yeah, but honestly, like, I don't know. I don't know what to do to get into voice acting, but I kind of want to give it a shot. Like,
Yeah.
I have no doubt that there is people out there who need voice actors, and I don't need to get paid. I just love acting, so
Yeah.
I think it'd be really cool if I could do something like that for, I don't know, like some small video game or.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't realize, and I'm not saying like you're not qualified or anything, but I'm just saying in general, I don't think a lot of people realize how difficult it is of a job.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. No, I'm sure I would end up being made fun of if people played the game I voice acted in.
Yeah, I feel like it helps a lot if I've watched videos of like interviewing voice actors and actresses, and they talk a lot about how they can relate to the character, and
Yeah.
like how that really helps them, like if they can put their shoes. And I mean, it's just like acting, if you can put your shoes in the acting or the
Yeah.
person you're acting, you can do a lot better than if you can't relate to them whatsoever.
Right, and it's definitely so much harder, or that's not a fair statement to make, but it's definitely super difficult because you have to convey so much through your voice, but you don't want to convey too much. You know what I'm saying? Because like, if you are like if you're like too expressive, you sound like an idiot. But if you underexpress, it's super
You
clear.
sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's very easy to over-exaggerate and
yeah,
oversaturate the character.
yeah,
Yeah. I think too, it's pretty impressive when some voice actors and actresses can, have a wide range of different voices, like, I mean, you guys probably don't know this person's name, but Matthew Mercer voices McCree in Overwatch.
Oh,
So, he's like a cowboy. And then he voices Yusuke Kitagawa in Persona 5, which is like this artist student who has a completely different voice. Like you really can't tell that it's the same person.
Matt Mercer is like the greatest DM of all time, bro.
Yeah, that too. He does.
He's like a legend. He's like the voice actor. He's like
Yeah,
the
he's
god of
very
voice acting.
famous. And then there's another one. I can't remember the guy's name, but he voices the main antagonist in Final Fantasy 15. Who has a very soft, like it's a European but very soft voice. Like the character never raises his voice. And he also voices Reinhardt. And Reinhardt has this like very loud German
Oh yeah,
voice. He's always like with the hammer down and that kind of shit.
yeah.
So it's interesting just to see how people can do so much with their voice and like contrast.
Yeah,
Especially
that's really cool.
Yeah, it's just really cool, I think.
Yeah.
So.
But goddamn, sometimes, man, I think obviously shout out to the people that voice it. You're probably if you're voice acting for a small game, you're probably getting paid like jack shit. But sometimes like God, like they sound they sound like robots.
You're not wrong.
I mean, that's the thing about it is like a lot of the best opportunities to kind of like get started, like if you want to be a voice actor, and that's like the career you choose. The best way to start building a portfolio is finding literally every opportunity you can, whether it's locally or on a larger scale, and just going from there, whether it's something that interests you or not. And that's kind of, I guess that's like where you assert yourself as being coming out and like just growing yourself
Right.
into the profession.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Did everyone's like Griffin? Wasn't your initial question what games you were playing?
Yeah.
I've already talked a lot, but I'll just say quickly. I've been playing. It's a game called No More Heroes. It's like a hack and slash, but it also has like very basic GTA elements to it. It just has extremely funny dialogue and the character development and that kind of shit. It's just hilarious. It's so funny. It makes me laugh. They use lightsabers, obviously not real lightsabers because that'd be copyrighted as hell. Some of the enemies look like Darth Vader. It's really funny. The main character is obsessed with anime, and like he has an anime girl T-shirt.
That's
while
funny.
he's like decapitating people with a lightsaber. It's hilarious. It's definitely it's just a very funny game. But yeah.
Yeah, I think I worry about the gaming industry because in so many ways it's really going downhill.
Oh, really?
I mean, yeah, you have games like obviously, I know Levi likes to play 2K, but they fucking copy and paste their game every year and people buy
That's
it.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just fucking in general,
It's
honestly.
despicable.
Yeah, it truly. And did you see that they're gonna have ads in it, Levi?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that.
Ads in the loading screen?
Yeah, I think they saw like how much outlash that was getting from fans, and they decided to go back on it. But it's like the thought that they even like would consider adding ads into a game that you spend like $60+ on is absurd.
Absolutely. And it's also like I've just heard. Obviously, I don't like play Call of Duty and stuff like that, but I've heard so many complaints of those games as well that they just aren't. They don't need to add anything. They don't need to, make a holistic effort on making the game better because people are going to buy it.
Yeah, I haven't played Call of Duty in like 3 years just because.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize this until now, but the same people who make the 2K games, they make like tons of other decent games too. They make the Civilization games, for example.
Yeah, Take-Two Interactive.
Yeah, Take-Two. They make Borderlands.
Huh.
Yeah, so I'm like, apparently they don't develop, they just like publish and they own it.
Oh.
But like, I don't know why they do this like porting crap. They essentially just make the exact same game every year for the 2K games. It's just it seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's just a money grab at this point.
From what I've heard,
sorry, go ahead.
I was really quick. From what I've heard, they used to like add new content, and I think they started adding less and less until they realized we don't need to add anything for people to buy it. So.
Yeah, and now they're charging $70 because of the PlayStation and Xbox hike. So
Yeah.
And even like in the description of the games, they say like it's the exact same. They essentially say, "Oh yeah, it's the exact same," but there's like changes. There's like a couple changes. It's like really
Like roster
and you're-
changes.
yeah, and you're charging full price for this game. Like just make it an upgrade fee, $20 maximum, or don't make games every fucking year. Make it every 3 years or 2 years even.
Yeah, I saw, and also like another thing games have started to do is that they will copy and paste the same game, but the new content comes in the DLC, which you got to fork over another like $20 for. It's despicable, man. And I think big name games like the NBA 2K, FIFA, COD, they're gonna do that shit because why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think an interesting culprit of the DLC move is Pokemon, because it was kind of ballsy of them to do the DLC for Sword and Shield, and it's Sword and Shield in general are a touchy subject, which is like whatever, and it's so weird that they did so well with the DLC that I don't know. It's just it's really interesting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Crown Tundra was honestly like, oh, I saw a lot of people praising the Crown Tundra and saying how fun it was and how it was actually a lot better than they thought that it would be. And I personally really enjoyed it. I thought it was great games or great DLC. So, yeah.
Yeah, I like Levi am surprised because you had to fork over to get both the DLCs. You had to buy another Pokemon game entirely. Right? Is my math correct there? I don't have the
It's,
DLC.
I mean, it was
half.
yeah.
It was $30 for both of them total.
Oh, that's okay. That's not even as bad as I thought. But even so, like that is a fair amount of money for content that I feel like when going from like I don't know, like Gen 4 to Gen 5, like they just added shit like that without like DLC,
Yeah, I mean, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say like I think DLC is such a cash grab at the end of the day. It can be very beneficial. Like I think one example is like Breath of the Wild. The base game is amazing, and then they wanted to add even more content. But I don't like when games make their game less than what it could be because they're going to release DLC. That's
Yeah.
more of the issue for me.
That's what I was gonna say. I've seen a ton of people who were like, if you know like about Sword and Shield, like the controversies behind it that like led up to the release in that summer, and like all the people that trashed it are saying like, okay, the DLC was good. It was really good, and they liked it, but they're right when they say that it could have been in the base game.
Yeah. It was like if the Battle Frontier you had to pay like $15 for.
Yeah, exactly. Like if they did that, it would not. That would not be a smart move on their part.
Not at all, but we'll see. I hope that I mean, you never know. Maybe people will start to wake I don't know if wake up's the right word, but maybe people will start to get sick of the DLC stuff and they'll eventually have to, readjust. But I just feel like because the gaming industry is so profitable, they are, and it's a guaranteed profit in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I think it's easy to take the lazy route, for lack of a better phrase.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, it also is it is like, gives them more time to develop. It is a cheaper option to like a third game, especially with the Pokemon, because, for a fact, if they hadn't done DLC, they would have made a third game and charged double the price. With probably,
Oh
True,
yeah.
True.
probably would have had a couple more things than the DLC did, but probably not more. Probably not, $30 worth more. So.
Shout out to Black 2 White too, man.
For real, man.
Despite
Excellent
it sold,
games.
despite it selling like some of the worst in the series, which I don't understand, but
Mm-hmm.
Can I just say really quick? This probably be like the last thing we touch on the sword shield thing for today, but I don't understand why they. So like the base game is $60, the DLC is $30, and then they recently released a bundle of either version of your choice with the DLC added, and I don't understand why it's the same price as buying them separately. I like it's $90 no matter how you get it. I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, I kind of assumed that they were going to do that, but it is upsetting that they didn't even do like $80 or something.
Yeah,
I saw a lot of people, even Joe Merrick was talking about that. I'm pretty sure Joe Merrick was like saying like there's not even a price reduction. So it is kind of weird because usually they do that with games. They'll give it a price reduction if they like package it all into one. So
yeah,
They gotta make their money. It's kind of the root of it all. It's just money.
yeah.
yeah.
Griffin, you've been awfully quiet. What are you scheming?
Yeah, I don't know anything about Sword and Shield. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
What do you think about DLC? I know you're talking about Genshin and how that you have to spend a shit ton of money. I guess that kind of counts as DLC.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, in a way, definitely in a way, but yeah, I mean, honestly, the Sword and Shield DLC looks really cool. I mean, I've been looking at gameplay recently. I mean, the game looks really nice. I mean, obviously, I when Sword and Shield came out, I was the first person to say, "Fuck this shit, I'm not gonna buy it." Like, it's been like that ever since the game came out. Yeah, I mean, you guys remember that. I've been so obstinate and just always saying, no, fuck it. I mean, I've played every single Pokemon game, thousands of hours in Pokemon, but I just couldn't bring myself to buy it right after I had played Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey, which are two really incredible games. Um, and I was just like, Sword and Shield just doesn't measure up to those. But now that I'm looking at gameplay, like listening to some of the music, it doesn't seem as bad as I thought it was for a really long time. So we'll see where that takes me. If I want to play it, I might, but I don't know if I would spend the money on it right now. Maybe if I work a bit more and actually like feel like I actually want to play it, but we'll see.
Yeah, and maybe like wait. The physical version with the DLC comes out on Friday actually.
How
So
much is it?
it's $90. So like what I'm saying is like maybe wait until it's like a couple months and then it'll eventually be on
Yeah.
sale. Maybe get it for like 70 or even 60.
That's so expensive, dude.
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't give a like even $10 less, considering
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it just doesn't really make sense. But
Bizarre.
yeah,
But we'll see. But yeah. Did you guys want to talk about anything else this episode?
No, I don't know. I don't have any ideas at the moment, but
I mean, we're kind of like around our usual hour mark.
yeah.
My mom made a really good dinner tonight. Let me just go ahead and tell you guys right now.
That sounds
That'll be my contribution to the conversation for the last 10 minutes. Yeah, she made. I don't know if you guys have ever had chicken fried steak before.
Oh yes.
What is
Yeah,
that?
it's like a southern food. It's now that I think about it, I think it's beef. I don't really know. I'm pretty sure it's steak, but like it's fried in the same way chicken fried like fried chicken is.
Oh,
sounds
Very
good.
unique.
that
And then
sounds fire, bro.
yeah, it's really really good. And then you eat it with like fluffy biscuits, and then you pour gravy over both. It's really really good. So yeah, she made that, and then some like oven white mac and cheese. My mom is like a fucking insane cook. Like I know everybody always says that about their moms, but like this woman is like a savant. Like we go to restaurants and then she like literally can tell you every ingredient in whatever she's eating and then make a better version at home. It's insane. She's done that for me so many times. Like I remember one time I was joking with her. It was like my 16th or 17th birthday. I was like, dude, I found this recipe online of these like baked potato volcanoes, like where you'd like carve out the middle, and then it was like this convoluted like recipe where you'd like stick cheese in the middle, and it looks like the cheese was like erupting out of the potato or something. And she made the most incredible baked potato volcanoes I've ever had, and probably will ever have. Yeah, no, yeah, it was really good. But
Yeah.
I love home cooking because I live at university, so yeah.
Yeah, I
It's nice.
definitely. No, what are you saying?
I was just gonna say now I'm hungry.
Right.
Yeah.
I, I, I fuck with Southern food. You know, I feel
Yeah,
like
it's really good.
I think that would be. I mean, is there like? I feel like there's like food specific to the South, and then I don't think that there's like food specific to like anywhere else. Is that just me?
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean? Like, you mean like just dishes that people only eat here?
Well, no. Like I'm saying, like I feel like a lot of people will be like, "Oh yeah, that's Southern food," but no one will be like, "Oh yeah, that's like Western food."
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I guess at like the very core, you kind of have like vegetation distribution when societies were beginning. Like
Yeah.
um, like in the Midwest, all we grow is corn, so you have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maine, and generally the New England has lobster. Like we're known for
Yeah.
our food.
Yeah.
New York is known for pizza and that kind of stuff, and
Yeah.
Philadelphia is known for cheesesteak.
Yeah.
California is
So
known for gay people, so I don't know where I fit in. But
Well, yeah, no, the South has a lot of really cool stuff. I mean, like food wise. So, I mean, there's a
Yeah.
reason why obesity is a big problem here. So,
As someone who's not from the South, I think it's really cool that they have a lot of variation within their foods.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like last year, I went on a trip to Louisiana, and like Cajun food is
yeah,
amazing.
that's like one of my favorites personally. I love going to New Orleans. I wish I could. I literally was talking about it the other day. It's so good. The food there.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I want to eat some gator right now, bro.
Yeah. It's actually
My
pretty
mouth
good.
is watering.
Like
No.
it reminds me a lot of like really chewy chicken.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of like really what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
I haven't had it. That sounds fucking horrible.
Imagine like
And
gourmet chicken, and
that's
you can have it like fried or grilled.
It's very
amazing.
unique. Very unique tasting.
I'd have to. I'll have to try it. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll
Fry it,
I'll get back
grill
to you.
it, all
Yeah, get
kinds
back
of
to me.
seasoning.
Yeah. But yeah, brothers, I guess I'm gonna go to sleep. It's only 11 p.m. But yeah, I don't know why I'm so tired. But yeah, if you guys are ready, who wanted to do the outro?
Again.
Yeah, Levi's got it.
All right, we're done. Is that?
I think so, unless
So
you
we're
guys
out.
had anything else. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Clout Cast. I know the last few weeks, I don't think we probably only dropped like one episode within like the last 5. I would say like 4 to 6 weeks. So it was nice to sit down and record another episode. Don't forget to check us out on all of our socials and other platforms where you can access the podcast. And yeah, have a good day.
See you guys.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Bye.